The bounty hunters. You're looking to get a what? Pukey asks Bike, and the man rolls his eyes before bringing up his communicator with a specific file already accessed. An uplink port, a minor cybernetic enhancement designed to allow a person to directly control computer programs without using things like keyboards and such. May I ask why? I'm the main computer man of the team. This means the hacking's on me, however. While I can get into most systems, those that spring up around machine cults or their adherents are so advanced that the majority of the programming hacking is purely digital. You need to project yourself inwards in ways that you simply can't do with normal control. I'm not sure I like this, Bike. What if the hacking can be reversed? With a link into your brain, you could be taken over entirely. This is an output port exclusively. It only receives and relays commands one way and cannot receive them from anywhere but my own biology. It is a problem for full conversion cyborgs and mind uploads, but they have their own styles of protection that are being constantly updated and improved. The only way to reliably hack, either like what happened with that downshift girl, is for the robotic body to be compromised from the word go, and even that can thankfully fail. Bike explains and Pukey considers. All right, but remember the rule. No one goes anywhere alone on this station. I'm going with Cindy and Scaly. Who are you with? Cindy and Scaly, sir. They're civilians, shouldn't... Bike trails off. Ah, you're publicly going with them. Back up in the shadows? Airfarce and Onyx are in the driver's seats with a small armory and the encouragement to drop in if any of us need a friendly face. What about you? I'll bring Tang with me. The sniper duo have good eyes for detail, and he'll spot trouble a mile off while I'm under the knife. Also, if you need help, he'll be able to reach out and offer it no matter the distance. Good. Are you also willing to completely cover up? We may be sticking closer to the synth ascendancy, but conservative gravids still control most of that sector. I can get away flashing my cyber arm and Scaly his fingers, but we need to cover up or someone's going to flip. Great. So you got a spare burqa or something? I'm thinking I could go for a pale blue and Tang would look dapper in white. Bike asks and Pukey rolls his eyes. I was thinking more full armor with serapes and hoods. That's Airfarce's idea, isn't it? Bike asks. Yes, and we're going through with it because when he brought it up, he also revealed a whole stack of the things. Full gear with mask and a serape over top. Hood up. Pukey says, and Bike nods. All right, get Tang and get yourselves in full suit up to Shuttle Bay 3. You have half an hour. Pukey receives a salute and Bike dashes off. This prompts the commanding officer to go over his communicator and inform people of a few changes. 20 minutes later, Pukey observes Bike and Tang walk into the shuttle bay. It's easy to tell who's who with Tang having his rifle already fully assembled and slung across his back. The men are wearing identical brown serapes with tan patterns along the hems. With their face masks on, though not the helmets, they look like they're in Halloween outfits. Airfarce, on the other hand, is clearly celebrating Dia de Muertos and has dressed appropriately for it. Pukey's allowing his cybernetic arm to show, as well as his cannon, while Scaly is covered up in low-profile armor under not only his serape, but his tied-off blanket that covers most, but not all, of his long tail about 3 feet and the tips still poke out. All right. Now remember, this is as much a test as anything. Can we walk around Section 8 without being molested by the gravids? Pukey asks. And see how good we are at making friends, Scaly remarks. Am I wearing this thing right? It feels okay, but I'm not sure. Here, Cindy says, and Scaly leans down. She adjusts his collar a little and then smiles. There you go. You're such a handsome boy. We'll have to be careful that one of the local ladies doesn't grab you and run. Hopefully the hood will hide it then. Scaly half whispers as Onyx snickers. If we're all done, let's get going. Time to show my man just how good I am in the driver's seat, she says as she opens the door to the shuttle before grabbing Airfarce. Come on, handsome. It's absurd that they won't let men drive into their section of the station. Cindy grumps out loud. The Gravids control the airlocks. They're kind of cunts that way. Real pushy with their religion, and they cram it down the throat of any woman who'll give them a few seconds. Men wrapped up and the women with their tits and ass pushed up. Uncomfortable way to live, Onyx says from inside the shuttle as Scaly slides in whisper quiet and straps himself up to a wall harness. I am not that kind of driver. Yeah, that's more my act, Airfarce notes. You sure that's comfy, kid? We keep trying to make chairs that you might like, but my tail is a giant one that drags on the floor. I'm fine. There's a carpet down. That's enough. My ancestors thought warm stones were a luxury. Heated soft floors is a step up from that. Fair enough, kiddo. Just make sure to tell us if things start going weird. You just passed basic weapons training after all. You're part of the team now, Pukey says, taking a seat right next to Scaly as Cindy walks in and sits down comfortably. Bike and Tang come in next with Tang maneuvering around his long sniper rifle around a bit and sits down comfortably. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're heading to Sector 8. First, we're dropping off Bike and Tang so our convoy can get stabbed in the head before dropping of the surgeon and cyborgs to go meet with their people as my hubby. And I have a leisurely ride around the section and map it out. Any questions? Will there be movies on this flight? Scaly asks, and there's some snickering from the men as Onyx just looks baffled. All right, which one of you clowns told him to say that? Cindy scolds them and Airfarce holds up his hand. I should have known. Closing the doors to the shuttle, Onyx says, pressing a few buttons. Who's getting up first? Surgery or spiritual conversations? Surgery, it will take longer in the end, so may as well burn as much as the wait time with transportation, Pukey says, and Onyx nods as after a few checks the airlock door opens. The semi-permeable force field keeps in the air and they fly out. The airlock then shuts behind them. Hey, what did you mean about the Gravids earlier? Tang asks after a few moments. It's a 10-minute ride and he couldn't last more than 2 without talking. What did I mean about what with the Gravids? Onyx asks. Their tits and ass are pushed up? Tang asks. You interested in those kinds of girls? Onyx teases from the front, just wondering what kind of madness we're about to walk into. Oh, that's boring. Basically, gravitation is big on how women are blessed to have children, so drawing attention to the tools of such, the crotch, hips, and breasts, is considered honorable and proper, meaning thigh-high boots that squeeze them, corsets with push-up bras, high heels. All of that is considered the right stuff to wear. So they're dressed like stripers. I gotcha. No, you guys dress like strippers. Excuse me? There's a fetish for everything, no matter what you boys put on a guarantee that some woman tried paying a man to take it off. Oh, for the love of... Bike grumbles as Tang laughs. Moments later, they're zooming into the transfer tunnel and everyone inside winces as the obnoxiously bright light of Section 8 pours in. Should have brought sunglasses. Good God. More goddesses than gods around here, but you're right. This is terrible, Cindy notes as she stands up on her chair and leans out to see out the front view screen with a squint. Yeesh, I suppose white is regarded as a symbol of purity all over, isn't it? Straining out all other colors to have things starkly one way or another. Oh, you bet white's popular with the religious folk. Black's the runner-up, Onyx says before preening, which puts me at an advantage with this luxurious pelt. And the golden highlights certainly add to the majesty, Airfarce says. Save the fraternization until after we're all in the clear. Until we've left the area, we're effectively in enemy territory. Not to mention it's kinda hard to fuck through full body armor and a covering, Scaly adds. When did you get sassy? Cindy demands. Look, Mom, I mean Cindy, I didn't exactly get my fingers plucked off and eaten in front of me for my own good. My video sessions with the head shrinkers on the Dauntless may be helping and I may be shy at times. But I've been through hell. My virginity was taken just before my eye, and most of the skin surrounding it was. The physical pain is gone, but I will never forget it, Scaly says, and Cindy squirms in her seat and everyone grows uncomfortably quiet. Thanks, little buddy, Pukey says softly. What? Cindy demands. Wait, he's talking about it willingly. This is a good thing. Terrifying but good. If it's any comfort, buddy, had I known what that cannibal bitch had done to you ahead of time, I'd have made her scream before the end. Pukey says with a growl in his voice. Pukey, if you did that, you wouldn't have had the time to escape yourself. Then none of this would have happened, Scaly says, holding his arms out. Well, as a girl that lost her bachelorette status thanks to this team, I'm glad you didn't. Besides torture, it's one of those ragged edges that are really best kept away from. Sure, it can be tempting. It might even work from time to time, but sweet goddess, is it a horrible thing to do? Onyx says slowly. I was only partially serious. Torture is very much a step I never want to take. There are much better ways to interrogate someone than tying them down and working them over with something heavy, Pukey says. Yeah, it's just, Onyx mutters. I'm fine. I'm getting a handle on what happened. Besides, not only will any freak like that have to go through you guys to get me, but also, he whips out his sidearm from under his serape. They'll have to go through me as well. What you guys call the basics, most people in the galaxy would call a comprehensive course on how to break people's things and places. You're still on the basics of the basics, little man. Next up come the heavier toys and how to make them. We're still trying to figure out how to get a man with a serpent tail to march, but we're working on it. Why is marching so important again? It's more about unity and moving alongside your fellows as a single unit. Team tactics. Get everyone moving at the same pace and acting and thinking as a group instead of a gaggle of individuals. Our biggest catches and successes are due to teamwork. We can work together and be much stronger together, do dozens of things at once with maximum effectiveness, and completely crush our opposition with ease. Ease up on the sales pitch. He's a teen. Tang rebukes him. I don't know, dude. Kid's basically 16. Good age to start thinking about it. Bike adds in. I'm already in training. I'm not thinking about it. I've made up my damn mind. Scaly protests, and there's some chuckles. Hey, I think this is the spot, Onyx suddenly says as the people in the shuttle suddenly realize they're not moving anymore. Prelate Flora's Ascension Pagoda, Air Farce translates from the map. Yay, we're going up to the third of 10 stories. It's got not only the part, but a dedicated surgeon for installing it. Bike remarks. You know, we're pretty far from gravid territory. We may be safe to take these off. We'll be testing it bit by bit. You're going to be under the knife, so let's not take too many chances. Today's tests are, will they accept what's clearly non-religious coverings if they serve the same purpose? 2 is, will they tolerate clearly armed men? Finally, 3 is with you 2, is, will they tolerate men that are unescorted by women? 3 tests are enough tests for now. True enough. See you in a bit, bossman, Bike says as he and Tang climb out of the shuttle and start moving into the pagoda itself.